glad I didn't go for it. My mom stopped me, I think, and I heard some people who did go to the same type of scam I was gonna, maybe go to, and either got kidnapped, end up in another country, end up in a jail cell for the rest of their life, got killed, got raped, or got transported into a sex ring. So, sold, and so, yeah, it's extremely, extremely dangerous to be naive, to, you know, to be ready to almost do anything just for, a minute of fame. I can tell you another crazy story. When I was like 14, a guy had a whole agency set up in Paris, and it was actually like, it looked like a real agency. I wasn't the only one over there. And he will get, because the front desk looked normal, there was some staff, there was some nice lady, he had a nice website, but the parents will even come along for the very first appointment. And then I sat in the waiting room. Yeah, it was in Paris, yeah. And then when my mom's not looking, he texts me, like he calls my name, I go down there, and then he takes me to like the third level downstairs. And then 2 minutes later, he gets me to remove my clothes. I kept my underwear, he kept trying to force me to take it off. And he started taking pictures. And telling me all type of things, like, all the big stars, like he said Jodie Foster, he said Julia Roberts, and said another star. He used that as like, they didn't get started without doing, photo shoot, and then if you want to make it big in this industry, you got to take off your clothes and stuff. So of course I believed it. I was like, this is, at 14, this is probably was my very, very first, time even getting attention to like, be picked as a model. And it all started with me just sending my picture to a model agency, and they sent me a really nice letter with saying that I look beautiful and they would love to have me. And so for me, going over there was to get my first photo shoot, and then they were going to tell me if I was going to be hired as a model, basically. So anyway, after he took the pictures, I got a message from, I think everything was by later back then. So it took about 4 weeks, and then they said, "Oh, we're sorry, we picked somebody else." And what happened is that he just does that to everybody. He kept all my picture and probably, made money at selling my picture. And so, so it's extremely, scary. But I'm talking about myself when I was little. Now, we're talking about growing up. It's different, because it's more of needed to be seen, in a sense of needed to be approved, because you're not approving yourself. And once you do that, you will not need the attention so bad. And it's something extremely weird that happened to me, and it wasn't even that long ago. And I have been chasing, and I'm sorry, now I know I'm talking about myself and started to talk about in general, but I think, the only way I can relate and give you good stories, and I use my own personal story. So, yeah, about a month ago, maybe, I suddenly lost the interest. Not that I needed it as much as I needed it back then, of course. It just it was less because I'm older, and, I know a little bit better now. But, it was something in me who still wanted to be famous and to feel like I made it if I get to play roles in Lifetime movies and, CSI Miami and Law and Order, and if I get, to be, a TV host, something like this, then that means that I made it, or anything like that. So, if I'm a radio host, or as long as like I was, out there and people to see my face or see me, even that meant that that maybe I'm a success, and maybe people will not think I'm a loser and my life is fine. And maybe I'll start making some money, and I'll get all the fun too, and I get to have that giant boats and, and not be poor ever again, and kind of things anyway. So about a month ago, I just started to lose it. It was like, when I really looked at it deeply, what the world of fame really was, and this, the constant need for attention and popularity, then if you face it, like face on, then you realize that it's just a group of, nasty people, sarcastic people. A lot of them are really negative and sociopath that just prey on people's desire to have fame. So either by charging them money, by getting what they want, like pictures of them naked, get them to do porns maybe, or get them to say, or or just go to the extreme, or just for fun, or just to crush people's mind by just luring them into believing that there's going to be something big coming, and it doesn't happen. So you can play with people's emotion like this for a long time if somebody is really expecting something, like, getting famous, just be really popular. So, once you understand the whole game, it's just a game, just one giant game after another game. And there's a lot of nasty people in this, fame world, in the celebrity world. So that's where you're putting your step into. So if you're willing to put your foot into the door of like a giant door, or just pile of dirt, and you're gonna get burned within seconds, unless you're a nasty psychopath. And that's how I actually, see it now that I'm not seeking fame so much. So unless you have your own thing, and you just, just enjoy life and do your own thing and not chase. I think as soon as you stop chasing, everything will come to you, but it won't feel as much as exciting, but it will come easily. So it's always like this in life. It's like this for anything. You stop wanting it. And so that's what happened to me. I just stopped wanting it so bad, and I can't believe when I wanted it for so long that it was hard for me to understand why I needed that so bad, and also why it took me so long for me to finally not be so focused on popularity and fame so much. Like I never thought this part of me will leave my life. And it actually did. Not that I would not enjoy being extremely popular and being a celebrity, of course, but it's not like a need anymore. It's not a want, it's not a need. It's like, okay, it'll be fine if it happens. If it doesn't happen, it's fine. But it doesn't support me mentally and morally, and it doesn't value me as much as I needed it. So out there, if you know what I'm talking about, then you realize that getting fame is actually dangerous, and dangerous for your soul. You can get crushed, you can be used, and it won't do you any good in the long run. What really matters is how you feel inside, and you have to say yes to you, and not the other way around. Not looking for that producer to say yes to you, not looking for that, a TV host to say yes to you, not looking for that director, that film producer to say yes to you, not looking for that photographer to say yes to you, not looking for all of those people, the big title, a big job, making millions, to say yes to you. and then you have to say yes to you. So, alright, I guess that's it. I'll start repeating myself. So I see everybody soon. I might have a chat with someone else coming up. So see you next time on Vanessa's podcast.